Alright, y'all, man, it's your boy Humble2 you feel me? Back in the video, man, feel me? Follow the Instagram at Humble2. Now look, as y'all see today's topic, we're talking about Avatar 3, Fire and Ash, Spiritually Decoded, Part 2. Now look, before I put today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to the Most High in general for everything, for giving me these amazing downloads, dropping this amazing good information on me, you feel me? No cap. I'm also giving a huge shout out to myself as well for wanting to receive good information and give out this good information as well. I'm also giving a huge shout out to everyone and to y'all. Y'all literally take energy out of y'all's day to come rock with me, share my love and support, you feel me? I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much. More to love always deeply. I'm sending good positive energy, good positive protection, good positive feeling, and good positive energy towards everyone always deeply. Also, if you want to buy my ebook, you can. It's $10.90. Link is going to be in the description and in the comments. Let's go ahead and get more deeper into the video. Disclaimer, there will be spoilers in here, so if you have not seen the movie yet, you might want to come back to this and watch this later after you've seen the movie. Let's go ahead and get more deep into it. So look, right, let's talk about Spider, right? Because Spider, he's one of the main characters. I mean, obviously he's one of the main characters, but like, no, he's really one of the main characters now, like for real. And they talked about this, like kind of like going into the ending of the documentary / movie. See, the thing is with Spider is, right? See, Spider, right? The human beings, the humans, they want Spider because if they can get a copy of what Spider has, if they can duplicate it, right? Now all of these humans, they can freely come on to Pandora without having to wear the mask at all. So Spider, he's a very key individual in these movies. I wouldn't be too surprised if he's in the next, he's obviously going to be in Avatar 4, but I wouldn't be too surprised if he makes it like all the way to Avatar 5. Even if he does get killed, I think if he does get killed, it'll have to be in Avatar 5 because he's just too much of a important character in these documentary / movies. Right now, obviously he will be in Avatar 4, right? But the thing is with Spider is the human beings want him because if they can duplicate what he has inside of him now, they can just hop on the planet a lot more freely, a lot more freer now because they won't need the mask at all, and it can make it a lot more smoother and a lot more easier for them to try to destroy and try to take over Pandora. So Spider is really a threat, right? Like that's why Jake was about to kill Spider, right? Even though Jake looks at Spider as his son, but the reason why Jake was about to kill Spider was because, bro, this dude is a threat. This dude is high risk. And at the time back then, Jake wasn't really realizing that, but at the time, Natiri, she was like, bro, he gotta go. He already got human blood, right? Like Natiri, she was on it. She was like, bro, he gotta go. He's a big risk. You see what I'm saying? Then he became even more of a risk once Kiri helped Kiri / Iwa put that stuff inside of him, which literally made him like half Navi now. He's literally kind of like a demigod now, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of like a demigod. He's half Navi now. He's a hybrid now at this point. You know what I'm saying? At first he was just a human, but now he's kind of like dang near a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? Dang near a demigod now, right? A half breed, right? Half god, right? So, but they decided not to kill him because, you know, they really love and care about him. And even Natiri, she like didn't even want to kill him at the end. She actually said, I see you to him. So that obviously replicates that I understand you. And, you know, I really do love you. And we're not going to let this happen to you. We're going to, Natiri literally said, like, we'll find another way. It's literally what she said. So with Spider, right? See, this is the thing, like, with these documentary / movies. See, like, one of the main reasons why they took over our planet, it's kind of because of hybrids. Now, I'm not here to talk down on hybrids because, like I've said before, I'm a hybrid myself, right? Obviously, as you can tell, I'm black. I have the features, obviously. But as you can tell, I'm not really real dark or like, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the lighter side, right? And a lot of light-skinned people usually are hybrids, which is basically means you have multiple genes, right? Like for an example, I have black in me, but I also have white in me, right? Even though both my mother and my father are black, I still have white in me because their ancestors, etc., both sides of those two families, have white in them, right? So I have the white gene, and of course I have the black gene, obviously, right? But myself, I'm still a god. I'd just be considered a demigod if we wanted to break it down more and get more deeper with it, right? Right now, with hybrids, right? Hybrids play a big role into them taking over our planet, and they kind of like show you that in the movie, because with Spider, he's basically a hybrid now, right? He's not blue, he's not real tall and big, but he has some of the DNA / genetics of, you know, the Navi people now. He either have the little, you know, the little like thing that connects him. So he's half Navi now. He might not be a god yet or a demigod yet, but he's half Navi. He has some of the Navi genetics in him, so he's half Navi now. It's official, it's complete. He's half Navi now. You see what I'm saying? And Spider, at the end of the movie, he literally connected to the ancestral tree, so it's official now. He's a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? So he's even more of a threat. And then the thing is with Spider, he's more like an antagonist. He doesn't really like, he's on Jake's and Natiri's side, etc., right? But he's also on like his dad's clone side, right? Because if you watch Avatar 2, right, you'll notice, bro, Jake basically killed them. He was underwater. He was very close to being on the verge of dying and transcending or whatever, right? But guess who saved him? Spider saved him, right? And Spider never told the Sully family that he saved them. Why would he do that? Even though that's not actually his real dad, that's just a clone version of his dad with his dad's memory. So why would he do that, right? See, Spider actually should have got killed in the third movie. But I understand why Jake and Natiri decided not to kill him, right? You know what I'm saying? Because they look at him as family. They look at him as a part of their children, etc., right? And, you know, they have very good hearts, good souls, good spirits. I see why they didn't do it. But at the same time, they needed to kill him off, right? Because he's so much of a risk, right? He was already a risk, and then he became even more of a risk once he became half Navi. Now he's a hybrid, right? And a lot of this stuff wouldn't have even happened if Spider would have never saved his so-called dad, even though, like we've already broken down, that's not actually his father. That is a clone version of his father with his father's memories, right? You see what I'm saying? Now, let's get off of Spider, because we've been talking about Spider quite a lot in this video, right? But I'm talking about Spider a lot because, like I said in the beginning of this video, Spider is he was already one of the main characters, but after watching Avatar 3, Fire and Ash, he's really like a main character now. That's why I'm saying he'll probably be in Avatar 5 as well. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's going to be in Avatar 4, but he'll probably be in Avatar 5 as well. Or they might kill him off in Avatar 4. He might get killed off in Avatar 4, but how the way it's looking, he'll probably be in 5 as well. He might be in 5 as well. I wouldn't be too surprised, right? Now, let's talk about cloning, right? Let's talk about cloning, right? See, the thing is with cloning, right? Cloning is a real thing, right? If you look at Commander Chief or whatever his name is, right? If you look at the commander, right? He's no longer alive, right? He died in the first movie, right? In the first documentary. So who is this other person? This is just his memories in a clone. They took DNA, blood, whatever, hair follicles, whatever. They took his genetics and put it into and created a clone version of himself and put his memories inside that clone. That's why Jake was telling them in the third movie, yo, you got new eyes now, but it's up to you if you're going to open them. That quote went over a lot of people's head. What Jake Sully was telling them is, yo, you got it your own life. You aren't that guy. You're a clone version of him. You have his memories, yeah, but bro, you have your own life. You don't have to work for this system and be this sheriff or whatever, this chief, whatever, bro. You can live in the Navi world. You have the avatar somewhat. You know what I'm saying? You're hybrid, obviously, not a full thing, but you still have enough to where you could live here if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But what he's experiencing is kind of like what Jake was experiencing in the first movie, right? At first, Jake was just kind of like going with the flow, doing the assignments, and later on, he kept connecting with Iwa, etc. Then he was like, yo, I'm off that. I'm with Iwa. I'm with the Navi people. I'm helping them. These my people. I'm going against y'all now, you know what I'm saying, etc. Just to like kind of like sum it up, movie number 1 real quick right? Obviously a lot more stuff, just summed it up real quick or whatever. And cloning is real, right? Cloning is very real. And another thing too I want to touch base on, going back to the hybrids, is that back in the day we had a lot of hybrids, right? Because us goddesses and gods, we got such good souls, right? So, you know, we got too nice and we started to have sex with these other beings, and then that's why a lot of light-skinned people are here today. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. Back in the day, you think it gets hot now, like for example in Texas or Houston, it might get real hot, bro. It was way hotter back in the day. And what happens when a black person is in the hot sun? They get darker. You think back in the day, like way back in the day, it was light-skinned people, bro, and it was way hotter than what it is now? Like, come on, bro. I'm just being, and I'm light-skinned myself, right? A lot of us light skins, we came through obviously the black gene, but also the white gene, bro. Slavery, etc. But we have such good souls and good hearts, and we're just so nice, overly nice individuals sometimes. We started to have sex with these Caucasians, and we started to create hybrids, right? Which a hybrid is, it has more than one genetics, has more than one genes. In other words, it's two different genes mixed together, which create something, right? So this is how a lot of times, this is one of the main reasons why a lot of us goddesses and gods, us so-called black people, started to get betrayed, was because of the hybrids. Kind of similar to Spider in the movie Avatar Way of Water 2, right? Because a lot of stuff that happened in Avatar 3 wouldn't have happened if Spider, who is now a half-breed, because he is now connected to Awad, literally, if he wouldn't have saved his fake father in Avatar 2, a lot of stuff in Avatar 3 wouldn't have happened. And like I said, that wasn't even his real dad, because his dad died in Avatar 1, right? That's not his dad. That is a clone version of his dad, and it just has his dad's memories. That isn't his dad at all, right? Your dad was never an avatar, Navi. Your dad was a regular human being like how you were originally. But like I said, like we have breaking down and decoded, Spider is no longer a human. He's still a human, but he's a half Navi. He's a hybrid now, right? Obviously, he's not real tall and big or blue, but I wouldn't be too surprised if he, in Avatar 4, if they do make him fully, just fully transfer over. I wouldn't even be too surprised. He already has a little thing, you know what I'm saying, etc. Already has the energy within him, it's spreading in him, etc. Wouldn't really be too surprised. Wouldn't be too surprised. Now, right, let's talk about, right, now, I'm not, like, I'll probably do like a few more parts on this for right now, and then I might, like months later or whatever, or sometime next year, I might come back and do some more parts. It's just I can make a video every day about Avatar. Literally, I can make a video every single day decoding, because it's something to decode about Avatar. I'm not lying, I can make a video every single day decoding something about Avatar. Now, I'm gonna talk about this before I end off this video, right? I might, you know what I'm saying? Also, starting next week, I might be going back live again, like how I was, 30-minute lives or longer for about 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So I might be starting that back up next week. You see what I'm saying? Right? But let's break this down before I do end off this live. I mean, not this live, before I end off this video. Let's talk about herbs/magic, right? If you look at Virang, right, she uses stones as a part of her magic, right? She uses her fire as a part of her magic. Excuse me. She uses her hand tattoo, as a part of her magic, right? You see what I'm saying? Now, if you look at, I don't remember her name or whatever, but if you look at the goddess who died, the water goddess who died in the 3rd movie, who transcended in the 3rd movie, she's what? She's psychic, right? I'm psychic, right? Now, people who are psychic, we're all different type of psychics. We're not all the same, right? So, she was already a character that I liked anyway. But once I found out she was psychic, I liked her character even more. Now, even though she transcended in the 3rd movie, right, she did what? She's psychic, right? So she would use medicines from, in the ocean, in the water, right, to deal with herbs. They talk about herbs, how they would use herbs to heal one another, and they would use sound to heal one another. If you go back and look at Avatar 2, they clearly show you how the water goddess, she walked in there, and she started to help heal the person. And then if you look at Avatar 3, Nathiri, she had got hit by the bow and arrow, right? Hit her, not almost killed her, but it got close to killing her or whatever, right? What happened? The water goddess, she came in there and she was helping her with her herbs, right? So herbs are a part of magic as well, right? You see what I'm saying? It's a reason why I just talked about herbs. It's a reason why I talked about Virang, and it's a reason why I just talked about the water goddess as well. Both of them use magic, right? Different types of magic, but both of them use magic. Yes, stones and fire can be used as magic. One of the most strongest elements to use in magic is actually going to be fire, right? Now, with herbs, yes, herbs are also a form of magic as well. They can be used as magic as well, like the water goddess was using her herbs to, using her herb magic to, help Natiri in Avatar 3, and was helping somebody else in Avatar 2, right? And notice where the water goddess was getting her herbs from and her medicine from. She was getting it from the water, right? It's so many good minerals, so many good medicines under the ground too, not just on feet. It's a lot of stuff under the ground too. I'm telling you, bro. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna probably do like some more parts of this. I might do some more parts of this. Avatar is my favorite documentary / movie of all time, right? Always will be, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, though, man, another thing is too I want to touch based on, right? Going back to the hybrids again, right? One of the main reasons how one of the main reasons why they took over our planet is because we started to get too nice. We started to get too comfortable with these Caucasians, and we started to have sex with these Caucasians. We started to trust them more. We started to get more comfortable with them because it was like, bro, I'm gonna be more comfortable with her because, hey, we have a kid now. We have a hybrid together, right? And then a lot of these hybrids, they started to go against us and tell our information back to the enemies, etc., right? And they started to go against us. That's why if you look at the movie Avatar 3, when Jake and Natiri was like discussing about killing Spider, he was a hybrid at that point, right? And even before he was a hybrid, Natiri had already told Jake, like, yo, he gotta go. And then later on, Spider turns into a hybrid, right? Half Navi or whatever, right? His genetics get changed. He's a half Navi now, right? He's a hybrid now, right? And he becomes even more of a risk, right? And they should have killed him, you know what I'm saying? Because this is one of the main reasons how they took over our planet, was because these hybrids started to become a big risk to us so-called black people, us goddesses and guys, because a lot of these hybrids started to tell our information to the enemies, started to go against us, right? Started to mess up our genetics, caused a lot of problems, etc. Because if you look at hybrids today, a lot of them are very confused. They're trying to figure out, dang, do I go as black? Do I go as white? Do I just say I'm mixed, right? If you look at a lot of hybrids, a lot of mixed people, you notice a lot of them tend to be very aggressive, very emotional, just give off this vibe like they don't know themselves, even though they do know themselves. They just need to tap in more, etc. And I'm not here to bash the hybrids or mixed breeds, because I'm mixed myself and I'm a hybrid myself. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm talking down on you, I'm really talking down on myself. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Etc. Whether if I was a hybrid or not, even though I am mixed and a hybrid, but I'm obviously still so-called black. I'm obviously one of the gods. I'm just, if we want to break it down, I'd be considered a demigod though, right? Which is considered a half god, right? Which is still a god, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, man, this was an interesting decoding video. I do recommend y'all to watch all 3 of the Avatar movies. There's 2 more documentary / movies coming out. The next one is coming out in 2029, right? So that's in a couple years. And then the next one's coming out, I think, in like 2031. But yeah, though, man, definitely enjoyed watching the documentary / movie. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. I love y'all, man. And I catch y'all for Muslim on the next one, man. Peace.